host, Christina Marie Flores. Well, there's a lot of people doing a lot of reporting in San Francisco. We got some people that are local, doing it on a shoestring, having a great time. We have with us tonight Taylor Rogers, and Taylor Rogers is part of VidSF.com. Hi, Taylor.
Hi, Christina.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay, so tell me, what is a VidSF?
VidSF.com is a site where we focus on local event coverage in San Francisco.
Okay.
So we do all sorts of events, whether it be protests or events like a grilled cheese eating contest, fun stuff. Marches, walks. We're doing March for Dimes tomorrow, 49ers preview for the season, just all good stuff.
So you guys cover everything.
Yeah.
Including the grilled cheese competition. Mm-hmm. Now, you went to the grilled cheese competition.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? Was there good grilled cheese there?
Well, here's the thing. I was hosting that event and went down there and thought that there would be grilled cheese all over the place. Like Dolores Park would just be filled, like jack cheese, cheddar cheese, whatever I wanted. So I didn't eat any breakfast, didn't really have anything to drink. And, well, the night before I did. However, the event was just judges eating the grilled cheese. So I didn't get to eat any of it. And it's all right there on a platter. I felt like a dog with a bunch of cookies up on the jar.
Just salivating.
Just salivating.
For this. So it was like a grilled cheese, but you just watched them have the grilled cheese?
Basically, we interviewed, contestants that were trying to make this amazing grilled cheese, and they all had their own way. Like a lot of grandmother's recipes and cool stuff. Like one guy actually from his grandmother had a brick that he'd put on top of the sandwich just to like smush it down and get that like good feeling.
To get it all crispy, the bread all crispy.
Yeah.
See, you learn something new every day on Christina Marie TV. This one, get your brick, get a lot of 5 different cheeses.
Exactly.
Or so, a lot of butter on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So you learned, you just didn't get to eat.
And you were at the event too that I didn't know.
Of course, I was there, and I was hungry too. But the whole thing is that cheese, it's just too much cheese in Dolores Park in the morning, not a good thing. Dolores Park, a lot of activity going on.
Really cool.
Noticed. There's one day I was there actually learning how to tightrope walk, hula hoop, and play wiffle ball all in the same day.
No way.
That was great.
That's funny you say that. I learned how to hula hoop again because I hadn't done it since I was like 7 this past weekend.
Very good.
Baker Beach. We had a couple people there that were hula hooping, and I had a football. I was like, let's trade for 2 minutes. Got it going.
Got it going, the hoop action.
Do you know the trick?
There's a trick. Hang on one second. Go ahead, tell us the trick.
Well, it's pretty simple. Basically, all you do...
You can stand up if you want to. Just make sure you stand
all you do is you basically put one foot in front of the other.
Okay.
And it's hard to see because I'm so short.
Okay.
I'm not that short, but in this. So you basically, this is going to look weird, but you pivot, it's all lower body. Okay. And you just pivot like this, like... frontwards. Okay, this looks way too erotic.
I love my job. I love my job.
Yeah, that's the gist of it, and it works. And then you get it to the point where you can kind of bring the hoop up towards like your stomach, and then that's when you get into different tricks, like the back up. Okay. I was learning some other stuff, so it's pretty good.
That's great, and they have these classes for free in Dolores Park all the time.
Yeah, I guess so.
In reporting around San Francisco, you must know about a lot of things going on that are free or fun or things coming up.
We try to cover all that stuff. In North Beach, by a bar called Grant and Green, and with a few friends, and heard this amazing sound coming from Grant and Green, like something I hadn't heard at all recently, and walked in, and there was this guy, Patrick Contreras, absolutely wailing on the rock violin. And so he was doing some Hendrix stuff, some of his own stuff, some classical stuff, and making it sound like entirely unique. And I can't wait to just hear it again. Like it's like, but it has this like screaming sound. It's the coolest thing. It's hard for me to do.
That's okay. Here we go.
Covering.
You're not going to believe this. I can't even describe it, so I'm just going to turn it over to, as I said, the American rock violinist, Patrick Contreras.
get involved in doing this kind of shooting? Did you, when you were a kid, did you like interview people with the back of a comb and the
No,
brush,
it's funny.
you know?
Well, my first interview was a Thanksgiving when I was about 7 years old, and we were playing football down at the beach, my buddies and our dads. And I was the one that was most shy on camera. I had my buddies walk up and like, you know, weather's great, football's great, I love turkey, you know. And I was like in the back of the line, like pretty timid. I didn't like roller coasters. Like all of a sudden something hit. You know how like your taste buds changed?
Yes.
Well, my interest just changed, and all of a sudden I was into more daredevil stuff and exciting stuff. And there's nothing more exciting for me than going on camera like we are now and not knowing what's going to come next and just kind of winging it. And the improv stuff is what I love. So
if you can't tell, we're making this all up as we go along. And if you can, then it's painfully obvious. But we're having fun. We'll get into hula hoop again if you ever get bored, so don't worry about it. So here we are. You are not from San Francisco. Where were you born?
Born in San Diego.
San Diego. Then you moved to New York.
Yep.
Wow, big change.
Yeah, it was. And just get into some brutal weather so that I'd miss this West Coast and have to eventually come back, which is the scenario that kind of carried out.
So you came back into the city.
Well,
actually Boston, you said?
Yeah. So went to the north end of Boston with two of my best buddies from college and worked for the Red Sox radio network back there.
The Red Sox.
Yeah, Sox.
Okay, the Sox.
The Sox.
The Sox. Very good. And then you saw a Tom Petty video.
Okay.
Now, this was monumental in your life. Why was this?
Well, this was a dreary January day in 2008, and I was at the time doing sales for this radio station primarily, and knew it wasn't really what I wanted to do, and was doing a little production work on the weekends, which was kind of the on-air creative fun stuff that I knew I wanted to go into. I just didn't really have the courage to just drop everything and go for it. And this video came on, and Peter Bogdanovich did it, and it's on Tom Petty and his band, and it's like 4 hours long. You need to reserve 4 hours of your life at some point and block it out and see this thing, because for me, it was just something, it's called Running Down a Dream, and that's exactly the story that ensues. I mean...
And what pulled you into that particular one? Because I'm sure you've seen documentaries before. Why was it that one that really hit you?
Really, the character of Tom Petty was something for me. He just didn't let anything get in the way. I mean, there were obstacles that came up as he was trying to do this kind of rock career and become a big-time band and play powerful music. And after seeing this thing, it's like there's so many stories to tell. So many people have these cool stories, and not enough of them are told. And as a kind of video director, I don't think you'd ever run out of really compelling content. And so that's kind of where I am now. Like, I just want to put people in front of really cool content. So it's a process, and there's a lot of skills to kind of gain and, you know, obstacles that I'll come across. But I tune into I mean, I have 6 CDs in my car, all Tom Petty. Like, this isn't something that was like, oh, that was cool. 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh yeah, Tom Petty's good. Like, this is like a message I'm trying to live out.